Well, in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 SNL impressions done in front of the actual person.
Did you know I smoked salvia?
You know, well, there's no reason why you wouldn't. Because it's totally legal, yo.
For this list, we're looking at the funniest and most impressive impressions performed on Saturday Night Live in front of the celebrity in question. Which of these do you think is the most impressive? Let us know in the comments below. Number 20. Dana Carvey as George H.W. Bush. The 41st President of the United States was a popular target on Saturday Night Live, particularly from comedian Dana Carvey.
Look, no one knows what the hell that means. And I wrote it and I don't even know. Uniter, not divider. Let's review our strategy today.
Right. Between 1987 and 2000, Carvey impersonated Bush a total of 39 times. And during the episode of October 22, 1994, he performed his famous impersonation in front of Bush himself. During the episode's cold open, Carvey was interrupted and informed that the real Bush was on the line.
He's here now?
Yeah, should I put him through?
All right, put him in.
Dana, George Bush here. I'm watching you do your impression of me, and I gotta say, it's nothing like me.
The two then argued about the merits of Carvey's impression before Bush threatened to watch Tales from the Crypt instead.
But I'm going to warn you, I'm a channel surfer. And if the sketches get long, I'm gonna flip right over to Tales from the Crypt.
It's always fun to see a president with a sense of humor, not to mention one who can laugh at himself and his idiosyncrasies. Number 19. Bill Hader as Dave Matthews. The season 35 episode, taking place on November 21st, 2009, included Dave Matthews Band as the musical guest. To celebrate the occasion, Matthews performed in The Mellow Show sketch as Ozzy Osbourne.
Please welcome Mr. Ozzy Osbourne.
Opposite him was Bill Hader playing Matthews. Hader hilariously impersonates Matthews' speaking voice before launching into a winning parody of his music.
So, Dave, I understand you have a new song for us?
I sure do, Jack. It's called Chicken Panini. I got a chicken panini. Hey, 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 hey.
But the real star here is Matthews himself. He is surprisingly great as Osborne, both in the quality of his impression and his comedic ability. He also had the wonderful ability to poke fun at himself by referencing his distinctive voice and Hader's meek recoiling of fear.
What doesn't scare Dave Matthews? I mean, look at him. His stupid face and his stupid feet and his voice makes me want to throw up in my hands.
Number 18. Vanessa Bayer as Miley Cyrus. The Miley Cyrus Show was a recurring sketch on Saturday Night Live that saw Vanessa Bayer playing Cyrus and hosting a talk show.
It's Miley, y'all! So this is just like my show where I talk to people who are pretty cool and we'll talk about things I think are pretty cool and yeah.
Various notable celebrities have starred in the sketch, including Anne Hathaway and Jeff Bridges. On March 5, 2011, Cyrus herself appeared playing Justin Bieber. She is an incredibly good sport, even though Bayer is performing with a greatly exaggerated version of her voice.
So, Justin, what have you been up to lately?
You know, I'm just chilling right now. Wink, cocky nod, point.
Wow.
Bayer also mockingly references Cyrus's use of salvia, which she infamously used in December of 2010, just 3 months before this episode aired. The sketch even has an extra layer of meta humor as Jason Sudeikis impersonates Miley's father, Billy Ray Cyrus, as the talk show band leader.
You are so special, baby girl.
Thanks, Dad.
Number 17. Abby Elliott as Zoe Deschanel. While she's mostly grown out of it by now, Zoe Deschanel had a reputation throughout the late 2000s as a down-to-earth, quirky girl.
Hey girl, I'm Zoe Deschanel, and my soul was born in 1901.
This element of Deschanel's personality was parodied in the SNL sketch Bein' Quirky with Zoe Deschanel, which saw Abby Elliott playing the titular star. On the episode of February 11, 2012, Deschanel herself appeared on the sketch playing Mary-Kate Olsen.
Hey Zoe, I
haven't seen you since we both tried to pick the same wildflower.
She takes Elliott's spot-on impression on the chin, as she nails Deschanel's vocal inflections, folksy musical style, and unique expressions.
So Mary Kate, where do you get your quirky inspiration?
That's actually my next tip, Zoe. You can draw inspiration from past generations.
It must be hard keeping a straight face while someone makes fun of your eccentricities, but Deschanel pulls it off. Number 16, Vanessa Bayer as Rachel Green/Jennifer Aniston. Throughout her tenure on Saturday Night Live, Vanessa Bayer earned a reputation as one of the show's greatest impressionists. One of her most popular bits was impersonating Rachel Green, Jennifer Aniston's iconic character from Friends.
Here to comment is Rachel from Friends.
What? Palin. Yeah, hi.
During one Weekend Update segment, Bayer appeared as Green conducting a news segment on 90s nostalgia. The impression was simply incredible, and this was made obvious when Jennifer Aniston made a surprise cameo.
Vanessa, what are you doing? What? Oh, what? Yeah. Hi. Wait, can you just drop that for a second?
The greatest bit is when Aniston and Bayer synchronize while performing Rachel's mannerisms, as they sound exactly alike. At one point, they even say "what" at the exact same time, and it harmonizes like a beautiful piece of music. Number 15, John Belushi as Joe Cocker. Throughout his career, musician Joe Cocker was known mostly for two things: his bizarre movements on stage and his gravelly blues voice. SNL icon John Belushi nails them both. Belushi's impression of Cocker was well known throughout the industry.
Oh, you shook the beat. Oh, big ride. Even now, that I wanna ride. When I think of you, I stop myself a cry.
Paul McCartney asked Belushi to perform as Cocker at a birthday party, and Cocker told Rolling Stone that he thought Belushi was lip-syncing upon first hearing the impression. The two co-performed Feelin' All Right on October 2nd, 1976, and it was like watching someone strut around in front of a mirror. Not only were they dressed alike, but Belushi proved uncanny as Cocker. This musical impression is a legendary bit of SNL history. Number 14, Will Ferrell as Janet Reno. SNL loves to poke fun at politicians, and Janet Reno was no different. Reno was the first female Attorney General of the United States, serving from 1993 to 2001.
Now it's time for a segment of the show that I like to call Teen Talk, where I roll up my sleeves and shoot straight with the kids of today.
Reno was far more high profile than her predecessors, and Will Ferrell became known for his hilarious Reno impression on Saturday Night Live. He continuously starred as the Attorney General in a segment called Janet Reno's Dance Party, which saw Reno dancing with a group of teenagers in a basement.
It's time to say goodbye. I guess the dance party is finally over for once and all.
However, Ferrell was going more for parody than outright impression, telling the Washington Post, quote, "I just sound the way she looks."
I like your dress, Janet.
Thanks, Janet. I like yours too.
Reno appeared on SNL on her last day as Attorney General, appearing for a dance party alongside Ferrell, to wild applause from the audience.
What do you do when you get sad?
I just dance. Now hit it!
Number 13, Will Ferrell as Alex Trebek. This late, great host of Jeopardy always had a good sense of humor, even when the subject was himself. Trebek appeared in 2 episodes of Saturday Night Live, including the May 18th, 2002 episode, in which he appeared opposite Will Ferrell impersonating him.
And so this was the final Jeopardy!
Ferrell had become famous for his impression of Trebek in a recurring skit called Celebrity Jeopardy! Like his impression of Janet Reno, Ferrell is going more for parody than outright impression, remaining in his own voice but dressing as the famous Jeopardy! Host, complete with his iconic mustache.
Those celebrities did not know the right answer to any of your questions.
No, they did not. They were very stupid.
Well, you got that right.
Unfortunately, Trebek had shaved his mustache by this point, as he proved when he walked out to escort Ferrell from the podium.
2 Trebeks. I feel like I'm in a Raisin Bran commercial. 2 scoops of fruit.
Back off, Connery. I don't have to take that from you.
Number 12, Mike Myers as Mick Jagger. It's amazing to consider that even amidst the slew of talent found on early 90s SNL, Mick Jagger stands out as an impressionist master. Jagger was the musical guest for the episode airing on February 6, 1993, and he appeared in the Weekend Update segment alongside Mike Myers.
I tell you what, it's outrageous, man, all right? It's outrageous, Keith. All the dude wants to do is write a bloody tune, man.
Myers impeccably impersonated Jagger, while Jagger was portraying his Rolling Stones bandmate, Keith Richards. Myers' Mick Jagger is hilarious, even if it's a little overly cartoony. He exaggerates many of Jagger's traits, including his chicken arms, squinted eyes, and pouty lips.
You're gonna sit and go with a going bean. You're gonna sit and go with a going bean, man.
And while the impression is solid, modern viewers can't help but compare his Mick Jagger character to Austin Powers. They're essentially the exact same thing. Number 11, Jim Brewer as Joe Pesci. This iconic American actor may be the nicest guy on the planet, but he will forever be linked to his intense gangster characters like Tommy DeVito and Nicky Santoro.
I'm gonna take this, it's okay?
Okay, yeah,
I just need it for
bring
a
it
while.
back though, you know.
Case in point, the recurring SNL segment The Joe Pesci Show.
Hey, everyone! I'm Joe Pesci!
In which Jim Brewer played a violent and easily offended Pesci who often loses his temper and assaults his talk show guests.
Oh, Joe, I'm just kidding. I know you do more than beat up people. Oh, no, I don't.
During the April 12, 1997 episode, Pesci and Robert De Niro made surprise cameo appearances in the sketch, telling Brewer that his impression is both offensive and misleading. Pesci informed Brewer,
I'm actually a very calm, laid-back person.
before viciously beating him with the prop weapon.
First thing you have to do is you take the bat, you hit him in the knee.
Number 10, the entire cast as Jim Carrey. This legendary comedian and his various mannerisms are ripe for impression. Thankfully, fans get a lot of them in this family reunion sketch. This is a goldmine for any Carrey fan, featuring a slew of great impressions and recreations of all his popular characters.
When did you grow into a man? Well, I started growing in high school and stopped. Right around here.
Taron Killam kicks things off with a spot-on impression that has Carrey subduing laughter. And various players show up doing the likes of Ace Ventura, The Cable Guy, and The Mask. But perhaps the greatest part is when Jeff Daniels shows up as Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber.
Grandpa Lloyd. You never looked better.
Oh boy, we're proud of you, Jimbo. You're probably having a blast with all them Hollywood movies.
Not only was it touching to see them reunited, but viewers could tell that Carrey was legitimately shocked and happy to see his old co-star. Number 9, Eddie Murphy as Stevie Wonder. Eddie Murphy is an enormously talented man. So talented, in fact, that he teaches Stevie Wonder how to do a Stevie Wonder impression.
I know Stevie Wonder, man, and he's like, you have to mellow out when you do Stevie. You're too tense. Loosen up.
The episode of May 7th, 1983 aired a sketch in which Murphy plays a music producer coaching a Stevie Wonder impersonator for an upcoming event. Of course, the impersonator is actually played by Wonder himself, adding another layer of comedy to the whole routine.
Then you gotta loosen up, see, and you gotta move your hands, you gotta go like, see, look, listen to me, watch this.
Okay.
My chérie amour, lovely as a summer day.
The impersonator isn't very good, prompting Murphy to coach him on Wonder's voice and mannerisms. It's a great bit of back and forth, and it proves especially funny as Wonder does an intentionally poor version of himself. That is, until he shows everyone the true extent of his talent.
My chérie amour, pretty little one I adore. You're the only girl my heart beats for.
Number 8, Jimmy Fallon as Barry Gibb. An icon of disco, Barry Gibb is well known as a member of the Bee Gees. Perhaps the most famous aspect of Gibb's music is his falsetto voice, which is often parodied in popular culture. For example, Jimmy Fallon did a great impression on the recurring SNL segment, The Barry Gibb Talk Show.
Tonight, Barry's guests are former California recall candidate Ariana Huffington.
Discussing politics.
Fallon Fallon played the titular host, and he was accompanied by Justin Timberlake playing Barry's brother Robin. The sketch went out with a bang on December 21, 2013, when the real Barry Gibb joined Fallon and Timberlake for a brief performance. It was all in good fun, if over a little too quickly. It certainly seemed like Gibb was having a good time, and it's clear that he was enjoying Fallon's impression. Number 7. Sherry O'Terry as Judge Judy. After finding success with the comedy troupe The Groundlings alongside Chris Kattan and Will Ferrell, Sherry O'Terry was hired as a repertory performer on SNL for the 1995-96 season. She remained on the show for 5 years. In that time, O'Terry became quite famous for her celebrity impressions, one of which was television legend Judge Judy.
Look at me, okay? I'll take a pig to the butcher when I want to eat bologna, okay?
Judy Scheindlin cameoed on SNL on October 17, 1998, appearing in a sketch that saw O'Terry impersonating the famous TV judge.
I've seen enough, Sherry. Get up. Get your bony ass out of my chair. Get up.
Midway through the skit, Judge Judy appeared to rapturous applause and tapped O'Terry on the shoulder, telling her to get her bony ass out of the chair so the real judge can take over.
You keep your trap shut and get a life.
And take over she did, proving a great sport in the process.
Court rules in favor of the plaintiff. Now, Sherry, let's go talk about those eyebrows. It wasn't my idea.
Number 6. Jimmy Fallon as Jerry Seinfeld. Fallon is indeed an incredible impressionist, complete with a surprisingly huge arsenal of celebrities.
And taking the counterpoint is former television star Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay, thanks, Colin. Thanks a lot, buddy.
After impressing Lorne Michaels with his audition, Fallon debuted on SNL in September of 1998. 1 year later, he was doing an impression of Jerry Seinfeld, in front of Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry, what are you talking about? I love the Gap.
The two starred together in a Weekend Update segment, with Fallon dressed like Seinfeld. Fallon could barely get through his opening lines without laughing, but he did manage to compose himself and perform one of the all-time great Jerry Seinfeld impressions.
We're gonna dress you up in a vest. We're gonna dress you up in a vest. We're gonna dress you up in a vest.
Close your eyes and listen. It's hard to tell who's who.
I know, I'm kidding. I know you're kidding.
I know you're kidding about me. Kidding, I'm kidding.
Wanna go see a movie?
Yeah!
Let's go!
Number 5. Cast members as Adam Sandler. Now one of the biggest movie stars in the world, Adam Sandler got his start on Saturday Night Live in the early 90s. Nearly 25 years after its firing, Sandler returned to host and starred in a skit called Sandler Family Reunion.
Well, hello, Mr. Hollywood, you big shot.
This skit had the cast doing impressions of Sandler and his characters. These included some absolutely killer impressions from Pete Davidson as Little Nicky.
Excuse me. May I have everyone's attention, please? Hello, Sandler.
Melissa Villaseñor as Bobby Boucher.
I see that figure on the big old screen, and I said, hey, that's me up there now.
Oh, no.
And Jimmy Fallon, whose absolutely amazing impression caused Sandler to break character. Fun fact, Fallon actually originally auditioned for SNL by doing an impression of Sandler for Lorne Michaels. The notoriously stoic Michaels broke down and laughed, and we can see why.
1, 2, 3.
Number 4. Amy Poehler as Hillary Clinton. This politician has long been a subject of SNL impressions, with Kate McKinnon, of course, doing an admirable job.
Hey, bartender, keep them coming.
But Amy Poehler will forever remain the queen of the Hillary Clinton impression.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming. I love your outfit.
Poehler had been doing a Clinton impression for years, and she performed it face-to-face with Clinton herself on the March 1st, 2008 episode of Saturday Night Live.
Well, I love your outfit, but
Why,
I
thank you.
do want the earrings back.
Oh, okay.
Clinton appeared during the episode's cold open, when she was a candidate in the 2008 Democratic presidential primary.
Do I really laugh like that?
Well.
After Clinton referenced Poehler's famous impression, Poehler came on stage and proved that she is one of the best in the biz. Number 3. Andy Samberg as Nicolas Cage. On the February 11th, 2012 episode of Saturday Night Live, Andy Samberg starred opposite Nicolas Cage in a Weekend Update segment subtitled Get in the Cage with Nicolas Cage and Nicolas Cage.
Please join me in welcoming Nicolas Cage and
Nicolas Cage?
Like the Seinfeld Fallon segment, Samberg appeared dressed the same as Cage, complete with a hilarious receding hairline.
Well, good evening, Nick. You're looking very well tonight.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Nick. You look great, too.
The skit had Nicolas Cage playing a clone of Nicolas Cage so that he can appear in every movie ever made.
Okay, as everyone knows, my dream as an actor is to appear in every film ever released. However, until now, I've only been able to muster a measly 90%.
Yes, Andy Samberg was playing the real Nicolas Cage. Confused? It doesn't really matter.
I'm sorry, cloning experiment?
Well, that's exactly right, Seth. I am his clone.
All that mattered was Samberg's hilarious impression.
This Nick is calm and stealthy, like a ninja warrior.
Whereas this Nick is an exaggerated, screaming psychopath.
And Cage's expressionless face as he absolutely refused to break character.
That's high praise.
Number 2, Tina Fey as Sarah Palin. Tina Fey will forever be admired for her eerily spot-on impression of Sarah Palin.
Good evening, my fellow Americans.
Fey starred as Palin throughout the 2008 presidential election campaign, with a sketch of her and Amy Poehler as Hillary Clinton becoming a massive internet sensation. She would return to that well again and again on SNL.
And now I'd like to entertain everybody with some fancy pageant walking.
Palin actually appeared in the cold open of the October 18, 2008 episode alongside Lorne Michaels, watching Fey's impression on TV.
Yes, but it's obviously a heightened reality.
Why couldn't we have done the 30 Rock sketch that I wrote?
Honestly, not enough people know that show.
She told Michaels that the impression was not realistic before being approached by Alec Baldwin, who jokingly mistook her for Tina Fey.
They call her, what's that name they call her? Cara, what do they call her again, Tina?
That'd be Caribou Barbie.
Caribou Barbie. Thank you, Tina.
We can see how the mistake was made. The resemblance really is uncanny.
And I must say, your brother Steven is my favorite Baldwin brother.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Alec Baldwin as Tony Bennett. The crooner loved this take.
You know, you're a real prince, let me on this show. Hey, this guy can wear the heck out of a suit, don't you know? You're no slouch either.
Justin Timberlake, Andy Samberg, and Bobby Moynihan as Beyoncé. A hilarious take on the iconic Single Ladies dance. Justin Timberlake as Jimmy Fallon. Timberlake does Fallon on Family Feud.
There's a lot of good answers there, Jimmy Fallon. Which one y'all gonna pick?
So many great answers. So many. They're so great. So great, my man.
Jay Farrow as Kevin Hart. Farrow plays Hart's son.
Now, here's the thing. There's no way he's my son.
Yeah, here's the thing, Mom. Let me explain. First of all, this is not my dad. It's a waste of my damn time, that's what it is. Okay.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, cast members as Christopher Walkin. The legendary Christopher Walkin has perhaps the most distinct voice in Hollywood and has long been the subject of hilarious celebrity impressions.
Christopher, I can't believe you made it.
Like Adam Sandler, Walkin was the subject of a family reunion skit, in which multiple cast members showed off their impressions.
I recall we stole the ice sculpture. I wonder what happened to it.
I don't know. It probably melted.
The skit got off to a great start with the fantastic Bill Hader and remained consistently entertaining throughout.
John, is that you, or do my eyes deceive me?
It's really me. You remember my kids, Maxine and Scott?
Some of the impressions were genuinely great, like the one from Jason Sudeikis, and others were hilariously sincere and also surprisingly spot on, like Amy Poehler's impersonation.
Because I hate ghosts. They're spooky. And I don't respond well to spooky behavior.
It is a hilarious tribute to one of SNL's greatest and most prolific guest hosts.
Let's all go over to the bar and get a drink.
Everything in moderation. You driving?
Driving? No, I'm walking.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.